We're out here hunting spooky spooks. That's the intro for season 2.
Hey everybody! Bet you're sitting there in your houses, on the toilet, wherever you sit and watch TPG, and you're thinking to yourselves, "Fuck, this is a lot like the last 2 Star Wars movies. This season is the exact same plot as season 1, but in different locations. Episode 1, nothing happens until a voice comes over a spirit box, and then Connor gets scratched. Episode 2." They go on a hunt in a car for urban legends, and literally nothing happens. There's fucking nothing. So first we went to Patterson Street. There wasn't much there.
No.
But actually, we had been planning a trip, a ghost investigation of New York for some time, and our always a constant in the many places that we looked up was Forest Park Cemetery. It's listed as one of the most haunted places in the whole country and in the state of New York more specifically, and it's really close to where I live when I'm up here. It's really close. It's not. It's in between.
Close.
It's in between me and the Taco Bell. Hence, we stopped there on the way back from Taco Bell. We were just gonna get some B-roll. We were gonna go back that night and film an episode. Then we figured out that it's closed to the public. What I had heard about Forest Park Cemetery was just that it was really haunted. When we did the research, that's what we read. The night of the investigation, I went to work and I was telling people about how I was gonna go hunt in some places, but we had gone to Forest Park and discovered that it was closed. And some people at work were like, "Oh, that's the Gateway to Hell Cemetery, right?" And I was like, "Excuse me?" Apparently, there's a statue. It's a headless angel statue. And people believe that it bleeds when in reality it's just got red moss on it. The one thing about that that's interesting that people say is that people try to remove the moss all the time, but it keeps growing back. You know, like moss does.
I mean, if you cut it off at the roots, then
It's
there's
moss. Also, there's a giant mausoleum that we had read some sources that say that no one knows what it's for, but we've read other sources as well that say that it held bodies when the ground was too frozen to dig. And you may be thinking to yourselves, because most of our viewer base is in Texas, it doesn't get that cold. Yeah, it does. It's currently 1 degree, so yeah, it's cold. The ground's probably too frozen to dig in. Perfect time to put bodies in a mausoleum.
So walking around inside of it, you notice a lot of trash. So people are definitely there during the night, which was actually another reason that we decided not to go back. Is because we didn't want to potentially run into anyone who could A, ruin our investigation, or B, pick some sort of fight with us. Standing in there, it was really quiet. It felt a lot more quiet than anywhere else in the cemetery. And the thing about that mausoleum is that it's open air, so there shouldn't have been anything in between me and the sounds that I was hearing outside the mausoleum.
The editing software we use is just Apple iMovie. Really simple software. I'm sure a bunch of you have used it. It's okay. But anyway, on an audio clip, every audio clip you insert into a video is at 100%, and you could boost it up to 400%, which makes it really, really loud. That is Connor's original video with the audio on, boosted to 400.
Yeah.
So that shows you how silent that is. There's a beast at Freer Park that jumps on people's cars and leaves claw marks. As I was discussing this again at my job, someone had mentioned to me that the beast only shows up when people are doing it in their cars. And now I'm basically a child, and I don't often think sometimes, as stupid and fucked up as my mind is, sometimes I don't think about what people say. So I'm describing this investigation. They say, yeah, but the beast only shows up when people are doing it in their cars. And I was like, yeah, well, we were doing it in my car. Like, we drove around. And he was like, no. When people are doing it in their cars. And I'm like, yeah, we were. And then somebody else was like, no, you don't understand. Like, doing it. Like, doing it. And I was like, oh, we weren't 100% suited for that role. But we did our best. So we drove around. We checked beforehand to see if there were any marks on the car so we wouldn't get them confused later on. So we finished the road, and then we went down just a side road. Still didn't find anything. Then we decided to park and do some EVP by the forest because Connor believed there was a possibility that maybe this was not a beast, but actually a demonic entity.
Basically, I thought if something was that powerful in order to, start putting its full weight on cars and stuff like that, then it had to be more powerful than just a spirit. So I was thinking possibly negative entity, possibly in worst case scenario a demon or some kind of other thing. So also I felt like if there was the chance that it was, staying wary of us, trying to investigate and find it, then maybe if we go more into its element, which I would assume is the dark, rarely traveled forest, then that might help us figure some things out. I believe that was a motorcycle engine right there. Kind of sounded like a growl, so it was very far off, so.
I didn't hear it at all, so I just rolled with growl the whole night, and I was like, there's a bear or a moose or something. And then listening back, it was definitely a motorcycle engine. September 25th was the date of the investigation, because it was the same airing as Season 1's Urban Legends episode.
That's funny.
That's about it for our Urban Legends in Troy, New York. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye. Hey guys, so this is a weird little clip, I'll be honest. While we were wrapping up editing and stuff, Benny noticed this weird sound, came over the mic while he and I were in the car. We have absolutely no idea what it means. The only result that we came up with, which doesn't make any sense in context, is the Zimbabwean language of Shona, which translates to the word itself. We think this says pacharo or chacharo, which, like I said, is a Zimbabwean word. I don't understand why there would be any Zimbabwean spoke at this moment or in this location. But this is something we need your help with, so if you have any ideas, let us know in the comments. And yeah, maybe we're just crazy. Or maybe we were talked to by a Zimbabwean. Equally likely. We're up in New York, Troy, New York, not New York City.
I live on the Freer Park golf course, essentially. So if I look out my window, I can see the golf course.
Right in the middle of the fourth hole, actually.
Yeah. Good one.
If our urban legends have told us anything,
it's that there are no ghosts talking to us here for the past 10 minutes.
Our very short investigation has proven anything. Is that ghosts are not here talking about That was once. Okay, motherfucker, that was once. You feel the weight of the beast on your car. Specifically on your backside. What?
You know exactly what. Feel weight on your backside. Come on.
We're in New York. You gotta be more PC than when we're in Texas, okay?
You're right. I feel pressure on my derriere. Oh, here's Park Boulevard.
Ooh. What does that mean?
Well, I don't know what we were just on, but I feel like that'll literally take us through the park.
Oh. Either that or it's a boulevard next to the park.
Shit. There's the hen house.
Sorry, there's a hen house?
Apparently.
I didn't stop recording. That was fascinating. There's a hen house?
Maybe it's like a strip club. You know, Mark's hen house. We got chicks.
I was going a different way with the whole chicken thing.
What were you going with?
Come feed your cock.
Or maybe the chickens feed the beast. Keep in mind we got like mooses and shit out here.
I'm sorry, you guys have mooses?
Yeah. I ain't fucking with them either.
Nah, man, mooses are fucking scary.
Yeah, I do.
I'm just imagining a moose fucking sprinting out of the woods at us right now.
What's that right there?
Oh, there's a good chance that that's like bird poop.
Probably.
And I just...
Wifed it with your hand.
I'll be there for you. When the rain starts to pour, I'll be there for you. Like I've been there before. I'll be there for you. 'Cause I'm there for you too.
Rest
See y'all
easy.
there? Oh, motherfuck!
You're supposed to be able to see a Native American girl in a boat on top of the falls. Absolutely beautiful.
I'm just an asshole. I feel like he's got a bit of a connection.
Hey.